side at the foot of his bed, little brown drops of bourbon dotting his cracked hardwood floors. He felt like vomiting. Things hadn't been well for Ted lately. His last performance, for the final trick, he called the town's mayor on stage and accidentally made that mayor's penis disappear. The trick's intent was simply to make the mayor's glasses hover over his head. A routine trick, really. People love that shit. They go crazy over it. How's his glasses fly over his head like that? With a string, that's how. But Ted, he forgot he was part warlock. A different sort of magician. One with actual magical powers. And if you say the wrong thing, poof, a penis is gone. He was only a 16th warlock, but if you got any warlock in you, half, a fourth, an eighth, a 16th, a 32nd, whatever comes after that, you have some capability of doing some damage. Ted fumbled when he said abacadabra, instead saying abaca-abba, which is warlock code for remove that man's penis. It's a little inside joke amongst warlocks because they think if you listen to ABBA, you shouldn't have a penis. I've lost my penis. You've stolen my penis. From where will I pee, said the mayor. The crowd shouted things like, give him back his penis, and penis thief, and weenie robber, and cock goblin. And where's the exits to this place? How could he do this? Sure, he hated property taxes and loathed the mayor's new cost-cutting garbage plan, which involved this guy named Greg the garbage eater coming around and eating your garbage every other day. But Greg is super slow. He really likes to savor each bite, really getting into it. He turns the whole thing into some kind of weird erotic performance art with little bits of soup dribbling down his chin. Still, Ted never intended on stealing the mayor's penis. Angry townspeople waited for him after the show, pelting him with bottles. The mayor's wife smacked him and then whispered, call me. Greg the garbage eater licked the inside of a tomato soup can and peed on Ted's feet. Ted struggled through the crowd to his car and drove off. At his apartment, he reached for his keys, and as he pulled them out, he noticed something on the key ring that wasn't previously there. The mayor's penis. Of course, the penis is always in the last place you look. Always. Too embarrassed to bring it back to the mayor and have to endure the shame that comes with returning someone's penis, he tied a string around it and tied that piece of string to his carrier pigeon, Melvin. Unfortunately, Melvin collided midair with a helicopter, the blade cutting through the string, penis falling back to earth at breakneck speed, crashing through the skylight of the local diner, landing in Barack Obama's soup. Not the president, Barack Obama, but Barack Obama, the retired figure skater that now spends his days as the voice of the town's haunted house. You know him. Obama sued that diner for everything it was worth and won, too. That diner was the town's #1 employer, 32 floors with a bed and breakfast in the middle and an 18-hole miniature golf course on the roof. Every floor had a different theme and there were constant horse races in the basement. There wasn't a track down there, just a bunch of horses running back and forth. Eventually, though, people returned to their normal lives. The mayor learned to pee through a tube, and Ted was depressed. He turned to a bottle. Bills went unpaid, and he stopped picking up his phone. He turned on his television to an infomercial for a product called Hamburger Helmet, a portable battery gas-operated grill for the top of your head like a hat. It comes in 3 different styles, bowler, 10-gallon, Fedora, and Shriner. You toss the raw beef in there, and voila, people will be eating off the top of your head for years. You can even get a custom one made to look like the actual top of your head, so when you open up the gas grill, it looks like people are eating your brains. Sizzling meat turned Melvin all pale, so he changed the channels. Most channels were playing that show Hot in Cleveland. Outside, a siren blared. Sirens in this town were only used for 2 occasions. 1, a dire emergency, or 2, when they decided to bring back Moons Over My Hammy at Denny's. And then, just as Betty White was about to say something really shocking for a white woman her age, a newscast cut in. Breaking news today, the First National Bank has been robbed by a band of foolhardy magicians. Plus, Denny's will be serving Moons Over My Hammy for the next 14 minutes. But first, let's go to the First National Bank where our team is on the scene. A pounding at Ted's door. Ted, the magician, the voice said, you open up right now. He walked towards the door. Listen, the mayor said, barging in, we've got a crisis. Magicians have stolen everything from our town's bank. Barack Obama, the figure skater, has moved into my mansion after that very bank foreclosed on it just a week before Barack Obama, the president, is supposed to drive through this town on his Yes We Can-o-mobile to grant us the award for America's Best Moons Over My Hammy. Now, I don't like you. I look like a Ken doll. Sure, it's a lot easier to sit now, and I don't have to masturbate quietly in the kitchen before I fall asleep anymore. But still, I love that thing. It was my best friend. I called him Douglas. That's gone now. Douglas is gone. You hear me? I'll tell you this. 8 magicians have robbed the bank. You owe me, and big time. You're going to find these guys, and you're going to get the money from them. You're the only person in town that can do this. What about the police? They're on vacation. All of them? Yes. mayor barged in. Every year they rent a party bus and drive it to a water park. It's really quite fun. Ted paced his living room floor, stopping in the center. I know where they are. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut? Yes, a magician's favorite restaurant. Really? We are forever mystified with the magically cheese-filled crust of their pizzas. How do they do it? We've studied it for years to no avail. Well, I think they just kind of know. There are many theories, but none that prove to be true. Well, I used to work there in high school, so I've actually seen how they do it. You just kind of, oh, but it's still a mystery. Where's the nearest Pizza Hut? 2 towns over, in the back of a library. They speed away in the mayor's smart car, deputy mayor in rollerblades tied at the waist to one of the car handles. Do you think he'll be safe? Asked Ted. I have no idea, said the mayor. They show up at the New Munson Municipal Library and Pizza Hut and Apple Store. The Apple Store in the basement was in the basement, always packed. Ted found his way to the Pizza Hut portion right behind the periodicals. 2 tired Pizza Hut employees sat in front of the oven, listlessly flipping through a book about bears. I don't see any magicians here, the mayor scoffed. Patience, Ted said. They're here, I can feel it. Hey, bro, do you want some pizza? One of the employees asked the mayor. Do you still have a Neapolitan style? The mayor asked. Quiet, said Ted. He looked at the drop ceiling and it shook. Boy, sure is a shame that no one is here to take my free seminar on how to get cheese into a crust of pizza. You would have thought such a mysterious trade kept secret being revealed here in a prosperous Pizza Hut Library Apple Store would be well attended. 8 magicians came crashing down onto a rack of mystery novels, scrambled to their feet and started shouting, demanding that the secret of cheese-filled crust be revealed. Gentlemen, Ted said, I don't actually know. I'm here on different business. You piece of shit, Chris Angel Mind Freak said. You are the worst man, David Blaine, also a mind freak, but not the mind freak, said. I'm okay with you, said the ghost of Houdini. Ted eyed each magician. They were a raggedy bunch, all dressed in black gold jewelry draped around their necks and heavy makeup outlining their eyes. Go on, Ted, the mayor said through clenched teeth. Use your best trick. Ted suddenly realized the man he knew was one of these magicians. Or one of the magicians he knew one of them. He's familiar. It was his long-lost, formerly conjoined twin. They were connected at the pinky toe. Medical science at the time hadn't the wherewithal to separate them properly, so 2 doctors grabbed each child by the shoulders and pulled in the opposite direction, sending each child flying flying in the air through a pair of windows on opposite sides of the hospital, where they each landed into 2 different convertibles separated for life. The drivers, shocked by their new driving companions, sped away, vowing to raise these children as magicians. Ted 2, Ted said. Ted 1, Ted 2 said. Don't you dare use my full name here, Ted 1 said. Let's make this as painless as possible. Why don't you just tell me where the money is and we'll let you go on your way? Never, Ted 2 said. I'm mind freak, said Chris Angel. Well, yeah, said David Blaine. Listen, Ted 2. I know you've always resented me in our relationship, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry I haven't been a better brother. I'm sorry I made the mayor's penis disappear, and I'm sorry I sent his penis crashing through a 32-floor diner and into Barack Obama's suit. You're talking about the figure skater Barack Obama, right? Yes, the figure skater, the very same. As I stand here today, I realize something. I love you, brother. All this stuff, magic, fame, Pizza Huts, it doesn't matter. Family matters. And not the TV show, but us. A family. We matter. We matters. Just give us the money and we can be a family again. Ted 2 took off his left shoe and stood a moment. He took off his sock and walked towards Ted 1. Ted 1 responded by taking off his right shoe and sock off. They walked towards one another and touched their pinky toes together. I love you too, brother, Ted 2 said. They hugged. Everyone clapped. David Blaine cried and then decided he would continue crying, locked inside a cage with an elephant for 64 days straight, wearing nothing but a messenger bag filled with copies of the Bible. The money is inside that pizza, Ted 2 said, pointing to a pie sitting on the counter. The mayor ran to the pizza and clawed at the crust. Inside was not cheese, but millions of dollars. How did you do this, the mayor said. I'll never tell, Ted 2 said with a wink. Seriously, you just take the dough, you just kind of open it like this, the deputy mayor began. Silence, the magicians yelled almost in unison. I'm sorry for the hurt I caused, Ted 2 said. You are forgiven. You're all forgiven, Ted 1 said. Get your things. Moon's over my hammy on me. Ted 2 went to get his backpack. Amazing work, Ted, the mayor said. You didn't even have to use a trick to defuse this situation. Oh, I used a trick, all right, Ted said. Really? What was that? I don't love him, Ted said. And he didn't. And he wouldn't. Ever.